How are y'all doing? Before I get started, if you hadn't seen these fans, they're lurking out there somewhere in the back. So they showed me these a couple days ago, and I said, do my ears really look like that? And now I look in the mirror, it's not even an exaggeration. It's just like a portrait, really, not even a caricature. It's good to be here with y'all this morning. My name is Shad. I'm your brand new state auditor. I've got a few announcements I want to make from our office. I want to lead with the most important announcement, though. Today is my wife Rena's first Neshoba County Fair ever. So Rena's family immigrated from India to Louisiana over 30 years ago. She's a Louisiana girl, so on the way up, she was asking me, is there going to be gumbo in this thing, or boudin, that kind of stuff. Louisiana girl questions. And I told her, I don't know about any of that kind of stuff, but at one point here, you could rent a live chicken and just hang out with it all day. I don't know what else to do with it. You hang out with a live chicken, so we can do that if you want. It's good to be here with y'all. I've got 4 big announcements coming from my office this morning. 26 days ago, Governor Phil Bryant announced that he was appointing me Mississippi's 42nd state auditor, and since that time, I told my staff we were going to be on a sprint, and I expect them to keep up with me, and they have done exactly that. Every single day, they have been with me stride for stride. So I've got 4 announcements coming from my office, things that we have been working on over the past 26 days. Announcement number 1 is this. This morning, we submitted our budget from our office to the legislature, our proposed budget. We're asking for $100,000 less from the general fund than we spent last year. You're not having a heat stroke. We're asking for less money than we got last year. And the reason we're able to do that is the first thing I did when we walked in the office is say, look, let's take this opportunity to take a fresh look at every way we spend money. Let's look at travel, let's look at offices, let's look at salaries, let's look at everything. And we're able to identify some things and ask for less money from the general fund than we did last year. Announcement number 2. Announcement number 2, for the first time in the history of the Office of the State Auditor, we're going to do a compliance audit of ourselves. We're going to audit the auditors. So this is something we ask every other state agency to go through, and so we ought to be able to do it ourselves. We ought to be able to go through it ourselves. When you start talking about auditing yourself, it gives your staff a little bit of a blood pressure increase, and I get that. That's okay. We're going to do it because it's the right thing to do. Not because it's the easy thing to do, but because it's the right thing to do. And then in 3 weeks, we're going to have auditors from outside of Mississippi come in here, and they're going to look at our books and our practices, and they're going to make sure that what we're doing is financially airtight. We're going to do that because we want to set the highest possible standard for ourselves. And then we want to go out and ask every other part of state government to meet that standard. We want to meet every standard we possibly can, and we want to help local government meet those standards too. Announcement number 3. We are going to make Mississippi State Auditor's Office the most transparent agency in state government. And the way we're going to start to do that is we're going to launch a new part of our website. So in a few weeks, you're going to be able to go to our website, osa.ms.gov/transparency. I know you'll all remember that, super easy. osa.ms.gov/transparency. You'll be able to go there and you will see all the contracts we've entered into, all RFPs, MOUs, anything that we're legally allowed to put online for the public, we're going to put out there in one place so that journalists can see it, so that voters can see it. I care about this because before I became state auditor, I worked at a nonprofit where we focused on government transparency. I didn't stop caring about that just because I'm now part of the government. I care about it more now that I'm state auditor. So we're going to launch that website. We're going to put everything we possibly can to be as transparent as we possibly can for you. Announcement number 4. So I said since the very beginning of my time in office, we're going to focus on cybersecurity. If you're out there and you have a phone or email, you have probably wondered at some point about whether your data on your phone is secure, whether your email is secure. If you hadn't wondered about that, I can promise you in 5 years, this is going to be a thing that is on your mind daily. We are not going to wait for 5 years from now in my office. We have a ton of very sensitive information that flows to the state auditor's office. So experts in my office, software experts, coding experts, they are going to do an assessment on our office. They're going to try to penetrate our security system, and then they're going to find what weaknesses we have. They're going to find the holes, and then they're going to teach local governments how to do the same things that we're doing, how to fix everybody's problems. So if you cannot tell already, I'm pretty passionate about this job that I'm in. I'm pretty excited about it. I wake up every day, go to work, ready to go to work. I cannot sleep fast enough. I'm dedicated to putting every ounce of energy that I've got, any talent that God may have given me into this thing to do it right. And the reason I care about this job so much is that I know what it's like for a lot of Mississippians and how hard they have to work to put food on the table. I grew up in a blue-collar family. My daddy was an oil field pumper. His daddy was an oil field pumper. You know, we all sit out here in the heat, maybe a week and a half, maybe a day every year. And it's hot out here, but there are Mississippians who work out in this every single day, 6 and 7 days a week. I watched it growing up. I know how hard it is to make money. And I know that those folks who work that hard, they deserve somebody who's going to work just as hard to protect the money as they work to get it in the first place. So that's why I'm excited about this job. And we're not going to stop. 26 days in, we're not going to stop with cybersecurity. We're not going to stop with making our office the most transparent in state government. We're not going to stop by auditing the auditors. We're not going to stop finding efficiencies for you. We're not going to stop working and reforming and fighting to protect your money. Every morning I wake up, I pray Solomon's prayer for wisdom. God grant your servant an understanding mind that he might know good from evil. I've told you some stuff that we're doing for you. This is going to be kind of weird. I want to ask something from you. I want you to do something for me. I want everybody in here to pray that prayer for me and for every other public servant that you're going to hear today and this week. I don't care if they're a Democrat, I don't care if they're a Republican, I don't care if they're independent, I don't care if they're a pink spotted leopard. It doesn't matter to me. Everybody needs another helping of wisdom. So I'm asking that of you. And I hope a year from now, y'all all be sitting here. I hope it will be just as cool as it is right now. I hope I'll be standing up here talking to you. And I hope at that point you will look back and you will say, that young fella with the weird signs and the big ears, that guy told us he was going to do some stuff and he followed through on his word. And Mississippi is better for it. Thank you so much. Y'all stay cool today. God bless you.